Hello, this is Angelia with today's wisdom. Today's wisdom comes from Daily Om. Revenge, a different approach to anger. There can be times when we get so angry with someone that we find ourselves imagining ways to seek revenge for the hurt they've caused us. And we've all done that. I'm having a little bit of that in my life at this point in time because there are some people who I notified of some things, and then they stepped in and took over and, treated me as a, backseat person of no account, not anyone to worry about. And so, there you have these thoughts. Remember, however, that the thoughts you just had are energetic creations. They're from your emotions. They're from your mental state. Joseph Prince was talking about this not long ago, that your standing is that you're a child of God. You are the righteousness of Christ. Your state might be, I'm pissed off right about now. I'm angry. I'm upset. But your state is not your standing. And anytime your state goes to that point, you need to stop and think about your standing, that you are a child of God, you're the righteousness of Christ, and you don't need to act on these. Everyone has feelings, everyone has thoughts, but you don't need to act on them. Some people don't get that. Some people thought goes straight from here to out here, or out here in some kind of way, but you don't have to do that. You can filter yourself and keep things from getting to that point. In order to keep yourself from having to take part in the rebalancing of energy, it is important to release the person and the thoughts into the care of the universe with forgiveness. You can say, hey, I forgive you. I release you to the Lord, or however you believe, and let them take care of it. I'm not gonna seek revenge on you. I'll let them take care of it. And that way you actually are freeing yourself as well, because you don't have to stress about it anymore. You just let it go. Let God take care of it. Vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. Before we allow ourselves to invest our energy in negative thought or action, we can remind ourselves that everything has a purpose. We can then consider that perhaps the actions of the other person or people may have had nothing to do with us. And it usually doesn't. Usually, when people come at you, it has more to do with them than it does you, because that's coming from their emotions, their mindset. We can then consider that perhaps the actions of other people have nothing to do with us. If we don't take their actions personally, it may be easier to release them. So, unless you have willingly, purposefully hurt someone, then chances are, when someone's coming at you, it's not even about you. It's about them. It's about what's going on in their heart, in their mind, and they're taking it out on you. And I know some people like that. They love to take their frustrations out on other people. That's, sociopathic, but that's the way they learn to do it, and it worked for them at some point, so they continue to do it. Now, that's going to leave you alone, because no one's going to want to be your friend, if you're taking all your anger and frustrations out on them. That's just a fact of that. Remembering that every interaction is an opportunity to make a better choice, we can take a deep breath before responding, allowing us just enough time to connect to center and make the choice to respond from our higher self. Respond from your soul. It's like back to the thing I always say about WWJD. If you're walking in, you'd be like Jesus' shoes. What would Jesus do? Would Jesus bitch slap this person? No, he would not. Hopefully this doesn't get censored, because I said that. But no, he would not. Would he drag them around by their hair? No, he would not. So, you're not supposed to do these things. We can never know all the circumstances that may have led anyone to do anything, because we don't. If you don't live in another person's head, which you don't know what was going on in their mind and in their heart that led them to make the choices that they did. So, if you're judging other people based on what you think, then you're just doing the same thing they do, because you're judging them based on what you think they think, not what they actually think, because you can't know what they think because you don't live in their head. Like, I know this person I'm talking about earlier has pretty serious anxiety, and so I can only guess that their anxiety led them to do things because maybe they feared that if they didn't, it wouldn't get done, which is not the case, but I can understand how they may have felt this way. And I can have compassion on them and look at that and say, well, they're weak-minded, so this is how they think because they have this anxiety. I don't have that. I consider myself lucky that I'm not like that I don't have to do that. I don't have to come judging, mean to people, because I allow people to be themselves. We all get ticked off if someone crosses our boundaries, but I can have understanding and compassion for someone and still not be happy with their choices, and that's something that you can learn. You don't have to be happy with people's choices, but you can still have understanding and compassion for them. By not passing judgment on anyone and instead sending hope for their healing, we may create something positive out of a difficult situation. We can then release it, since dwelling on it can cause an energetic drain in our system, causing us to really only hurt ourselves, because your stress and anxiety can actually make you sick. It can give you physical symptoms. Like I said, this most recent altercation, my stomach was hurting, and I've had 9 recorded ulcers. So this was, in my opinion, probably number 10. So it only hurts you, to stress yourself out and be upset by things other people do. When we can release our hold on negative events and interactions, we leave it in the hands of a wise universe to work out the best solution for all involved. And that's what you should do. You should pray and say, Lord, let it work out the best for everyone involved. Because you know what would be best for you, but you don't always necessarily know what would be best for this person or that person. So you kind of have to let the powers that be in charge of that. And every moment we have a chance to make a choice to bring light into the world. Because if you're bringing negativity and darkness into the world, then you're working for the other team. You're not playing for, the team of light. When we bless others with the gift of our positive energy, instead of letting circumstances affect us negatively, we bring a little peace to the world every day. And I try to do that. But, we're all human. Excuse me. And if someone is coming at us in a negative, accusatory manner, we're all going to have those little thoughts that come through about revenge. Here's what I like to do to that person. But take a step back and take a different approach to anger. Give it to your higher power and let it go. Think about it. That's all for now.